You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Across Wisconsin on the Civic Media Radio Network and streaming worldwide on the Civic Media app. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Todd along with our engineer and producer, Mr. Aaron Zommers, on the board. It is 6 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock on this Friday, June 27th, 2025. It is a great day to be Wisconsinite. Glad to be with you. Hour number 2 of the big program here at the world headquarters, downtown Madison, State Street. Want to take a little look at the Sam Davison Street Camp? Or
I don't think it's...
I moved it over there.
You moved it over. It is pointing at the street.
Yes.
So
it's actually,
take a look here.
Let's take it's partly cloudy skies right now. Some sun coming in downtown Madison. People are out and about. It's a little, it needs to be washed off. Somehow the lens got a little a little blurry there. Sorry about that. Oh, no, it's clearing up. It's clearing up slowly but surely. Look at that. Oh, they have the street blocked off. Something happening must be something going on in State Street today. They have the upper part of State Street blocked, a barricade.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
They have farmers market in the morning. They do that for that.
Also, I know this weekend there's going to be a concert in Camp Randall.
Oh, that's right. Morgan Wallen.
But I wouldn't think they'd have this closed off up here for that.
I don't know.
But what do I know?
Things are going down. There it is. People are enjoying themselves in downtown Madison. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Maybe a few showers, isolated thunderstorms across parts of Wisconsin today. Brittany Merlot will keep us updated on that. But overall, fairly nice weekend, I think, for most of Wisconsin. Maybe some storms rolling through, I think, Saturday night into Sunday as well. Some of those could be a little heavy, but seasonal summer weather. Zommers, you were off yesterday, and you're going to have a big vacation. That's fantastic. We support that, but it kind of fell through.
Yeah, so I was going to go see a singer, Banks is her name, with my sister who really loves her. And so the other day, she posts on her Instagram story that, all right, guys, we're going to have to reschedule the concert because something big came up. You'll understand. And then takes that off of the story. And so we're like, so is it canceled or not? And a bunch of people contact customer service. And they're like, everything on our end says it's still going through. And then Wednesday night, we do get the official email. Nope. Turns out she is rescheduling the concert because she got an offer to open up for Lana Del Rey in the UK, which would make it pretty difficult to also play a concert in Chicago at the same time.
Let me get this straight. She ditched you and all your friends to go play in the UK.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I truly feel, here you took the day off and everything, but yeah, I guess at least you had a day off.
Yeah, I just chilled at home.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. But glad to have you back. Many thanks to our very own Parker Olson for being here yesterday.
Yes, thank you, Parker.
He did a great job, but always great to have Zommers back on the board. Coming up at the bottom of this hour, we are going to check in with our old friend Peter Rapine, who has been on vacation himself to Europe for a couple of weeks. We'll ask him how that went, but more importantly, as the managing editor of EPOM's World, he brings us bi-weekly the news of the world of the wild, wacky, real behavior of humans and how crazy it can be. So headlines of the week in review with Peter Rapine at the bottom of the hour. Our very own news director, Shelly Pittman, who is all over this breaking news this afternoon in the state capitol at last word when it comes to the Joint Finance Committee, the budget process. They were supposed to meet yesterday. That got pushed back to today at 10 a.m., which got pushed back to 2 a.m., and now Shelly reports that it's now 4 p.m. is when they're going to meet tonight, or this afternoon. We'll see if that holds. Our very own Dan Schaefer of the Recombobulation Area and Civic Media's political editor reporting at the top of this show that his sources are telling him, Dan Schaefer, that Republicans now have reached out to Democratic Senate leader Dianne Hasselbein and have invited Senator Hasselbein into negotiations on the state budget because they feel that it's going to take at least some Democratic votes in order to pass a budget. Both State Senator Kappenga and Nass, Republicans, have publicly said they're a no right now. And so it could be that Democrats have to be brought in, which I think is a good thing to have a bipartisan vote or a bipartisan budget. But this has complicated things because the Republicans, at least in the Senate, cannot whip their caucus, and that's what it's called in politics, whipping the votes, getting people in line politically, not physically. But wouldn't that be something? Anyway, they're trying to whip the votes politically. They can't get there, so they've invited in Democrats, according to Dan Schaefer's reporting. So that might be part of what's slowing this down. Charlie Pittman is all over this and will bring us the headlines as they become available. Also, she is listening in right now, and this is how great Charlie Pittman is. She knows everything about Madison. She knows why the blockade is up in the 100 block of State Street. It's because it's the Mad Lit event series, and tonight it's Latin night. How did I not know about this?
I didn't either.
It is Latin night tonight in downtown Madison. It'll be a good time had by all. So that'll be fun. I know what I'm doing after work. The truck's already parked. I just got to go outside and have a Latin night. So
for me, it's one of my roommates' birthdays tomorrow, and we're going out to celebrate tonight. So I will be doing that.
Have fun with that. I know the oldest, my favorite oldest godson. I have a favorite oldest, favorite youngest, the favorite oldest, Alex, and his girlfriend I are in town. I think we're going to hang out a little bit. We talked about doing a kayaking camping trip on the river. A little too steamy and hot. So the secondary option is having a beverage on the deck, which is fine.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. So, and then on Monday, this will be a lot of fun. On Monday, Pat Kreitlow and Trygve Olsen taking the reins for the first hour of the show. We plan to have State Senator Kelda Royce on, updating us on the state budget process. Todd is going to be at my 80th stepmother's, not my 80th. Wouldn't that be something? Yes,
your dad got remarried a lot of times.
My dad had 80 wives.
Honestly, that's impressive for somebody who doesn't live in Utah.
Oh, there's a joke there somewhere. Anyway, my stepmother is turning 80 on Monday. There's a little happening Monday afternoon. So I'm going to go to Shawano and dip in on that and then dip out and go to Green Bay. I'll be bringing you the second half of the show from the Green Bay studios, although I have not talked to Todd Michaels about that.
Well, he's been on vacation.
I think it'll be fun because we're going to do it in the conference room.
Right.
We're going to do it a little.
It shouldn't be an issue.
I could do it from the shower. Clothed,
if you had to.
Fully clothed, of course, but I could do there's a shower at Green Bay.
Man, that would sound horrible.
I know, it would sound horrible. Anyway, that's the show on Monday. That'll be a lot of fun. You got Kreitlow, you got Trygve, State Senator Kelda Royce, you got myself, and then probably our folks in Wisconsin Watch will stop in. So that'll be the Monday show. All right now it's 13 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock. Time for What's Worse. Let's go. Time once again for What's Worse. No prize money involved, nothing to give away, but it is your chance to have your voice heard across statewide radio. All 11 stations, second largest radio network, only behind Wisconsin Public Radio. But boy, the way things are going, we might end up being the first. I'm not the biggest.
Certainly heading that direction.
That's sad. Sad, bad, not glad. Feel bad for our colleagues in media at Wisconsin Public Radio, making a lot of cuts here this last week. But as they say, that's another bottle of wine. Right now, at the top of our list is What's Worse. Category today, and I guess this is timely, because during the summer, lots of projects, maybe tree trimming, lawn mowing, spraying.
Putting in new floors, replacing your carpet with hardwood.
And you think to yourself, well, I don't want to buy that piece of equipment. It's like $300, so I'll just rent it. Well, here we go. The category today, What's Worse, renting or owning? Renting or owning? 855-752-4842, 855-752-4842, or text us on the Civic Media app. No better place to get the app than to text into the Civic Media app. By the way, it's Friday. You remember it's Friday?
It is Friday.
We've had such a breaking news day, it just occurred to me that today is Friday. Because one of the things you could do on the Civic Media app is the old free Friday ticket giveaway, where we give away 4 Milwaukee Brewer tickets. It just occurred to me.
Yeah. Oops.
So let's do something. Can we do this silent? Can we do 2 bits at the same time, Zommers?
I think we have to.
I think we have to. So if you want to call in on What's Worse, 855-752-4842, renting or owning. But right now it's 16 past 3. It's time once again for Free Ticket Friday. Let's go. Sorry, I went too fast. That was the problem. We'll get there. I promise you.
Her face. Now I'm a believer.
That's right. It's time for Free Ticket Friday, giving away 4 tickets to a Milwaukee Brewer game to be named later. No, we'll look it up for you. We'll tell you which game it is. You have to be able to go to a specific game, and we're going to give you a word here in just a minute. When we give you the word, then text in. Download the Civic Media app at your app store, Apple or Android device. It is free, all right? Open up the app. The first 11 stations are the ones that we're on. Click on one of the first 11 stations on the Civic Media app, and then there'll be a lower right-hand corner. It'll say text. Zommers is about to give you a word. First of all, Zommers, do we have the game and the day this is for?
Yeah. This one is a quicker turnaround than normal. It is the versus the Rockies this Sunday. So Sunday,
Whoa.
the 29th at 1:10 p.m.
So you have to be able to go this Sunday, the 29th at 1:10 p.m. against the Colorado Rockies. You cannot trade it for another game. All right? So if you could go this Sunday in just a couple of days here, the word to text right now is
Play. P-L-A-Y. Play.
the word is play, P-L-A-Y. Text the word play right now to the Civic Media app, P-L-A-Y. The word is play. Text the word play right now to the Civic Media app, and at the end of this hour, so you're going to be competing against a smaller pool of people than usual. Therefore, your chances of winning are much greater. Because I forgot to give you the word in the first hour. So we had breaking news. You understand? It was a busy first hour with all this breaking news. So text the word play, P-L-A-Y, right now to the Civic Media app. And at the end of this hour, somebody is going to be chosen to go to this game this Sunday. Again, you have to be able to go to the game this Sunday. All right? At 1:10 p.m. against the Colorado Rockies. Brewers red hot right now. The Miz is the most famous guy and most sought-after player in Major League Baseball right now, Zommers.
That's what I gather.
Yes, he is. So text the word play, P-L-A-Y, right now to the Civic Media app. At the end of this hour, somebody's going to be selected to go to that game this Sunday. So there we go. We got that in. So we got that going on the Civic Media app. Text the word play, P-L-A-Y, right now to win those. And there are four of them. There are 4 Brewer tickets, and they're in the beautiful club level seats. The great seats, air conditioned right behind you in the concourse, the private club area concourse, bathrooms right there, your own concession stand just for that nice little area. P-L-A-Y. Text it right now. I'm going to give away the tickets at the end of this hour. Come on back. We'll get more into what's worse as well. Renting or owning. 855-752-4842. 855-752-4842. Or text us on the Civic Media app for that as well. Busy day on a Friday on the All Ball Show on the Civic Media Radio.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Welcome back to the Todd All Ball Show on the Civic Media Radio Network. One of my favorite all-time Broadway shows and songs from Rent. There you go. Well done, Zommers. We're talking about rent, different kind of rent. What's better? What's worse, I should say? What's worse? Yes, Todd, that's the bit we've been doing for months. What's worse? Renting or owning? 855-752-4842. 855-752-4842. Also, you can text us on the Civic Media app. It is a listener on WISS texting in saying if you own it, then you can rent it out. Just something to think about. Well, there you go. You buy something, you rent it yourself. Make a little money. Make your money back on that. That's a good one. 855-752-4842. 855-752-4842. Dave in New Berlin says owning is worse because if it breaks down, it's somebody else's problem. All right, very good. What else here? Robert in McFarland, listening on MDX rather, pardon me. Robert says, so I rented a house once for 3 years, and I really enjoyed living there, and now I've owned a house for almost 3 years, and I really enjoy living here. So I don't have a strong opinion today on either way. All right, very good. I've both owned a home, rented. I think for me, the biggest thing when you own, you're building equity of some sort. And I always feel when I rent like I am right now, that essentially it's a glorified hotel room. You know,
You're not wrong.
I mean, once my money it's just gone there. So, also in the middle of our free Friday ticket giveaway up for grabs right now until 4:00. We've got 4 tickets, club level seat tickets. These are the really nice ones. And the seats are right below the Skybox suites. So you're not quite in the suite. But the next best thing right below that is the club level. They're padded seats on the third base side. You can see right down into the Brewers dugout. Great view of the big scoreboard. And then behind you, you have air-conditioned concourse, your own private concessions and bathrooms. You can enter to win these tickets. You have to be able to go this Sunday at 1:10 p.m. against the Rockies. Text the word PLAY, P-L-A-Y, right now to the Civic Media app to be eligible. Download the Civic Media app, text the word PLAY, P-L-A-Y. At the end of this hour, the computer will randomly select one of those entries, and someone will be going free of charge, you and 3 of your friends, to the Brewers game on Sunday.
Guess what? Statewide contest.
Thank you. It's a statewide contest. Len in Madison says, what's worse, renting or owning? So many variables to consider. Cost difference, frequency of use, convenience, storage, maintenance, complexity, and there's always the pride of ownership. Yeah, all those are great points. Totally. I mean, you do get some pride, right? Owning something. Here's one for the attorneys. Dave in New Berlin says, how many times can I enter to win? Once an hour, isn't it?
Yeah, once per show.
Once per show. All right.
Right. So technically, you could have texted the word if we had told you during the first hour of today's show, and it would be either in the 2 and 3 p.m. hour, you get one. But then if Maggie has a word in her show, you can enter then.
All right. So very good. So listen to Maggie's show up for ours. I think they're going to have a word today as well. Yeah. So, and then, other shows, Kreitlow's show has it. Jane Matt Nair's show has it with Greg Bach every day or every Friday as well. I think they courier pigeon a word to Hartman, and he has a word as
something like that
to the Tom Hartman show, and then us, and then Maggie. So all these shows, you can listen to them every Friday, and you can enter once per show. So once per show. The word is play, P-L-A-Y, P-L-A-Y. Text us the word play, and you are eligible to win those Brewer tickets for Sunday. Tom in New Berlin, listening on WAUK, says renting certain tools. When I buy, I treat it like it's rented. All right, there you go. I've known people who are very meticulous about their tools, and they last forever. I mean, I worked for a guy who had a landscaping company one time, and every time he'd use like a shovel or anything to plant a tree, he would scrape it down and then wash it and then dry it and hang it back up. And his tools looked, virtually new for years. He'd had it for 40 years. It looked like it was almost new.
That's the thing for me where owning is having to do maintenance is both an upside and a downside because you control how your stuff is treated so you can make it last, but also you have to take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean in Richland Center, listening on the great station, WRCE back home, says, if it's snowmobiles, owning is way worse. Bought a new snowmobile 2 years ago. Hasn't snowed since. Sean, that's so true. I know other people have said that.
Yeah.
It's snowmobiles are a bit like owning a boat. Kenny Chesney on his No Shoes Radio on Sirius XM always says, he's a big boat guy, Caribbean guy. The old adage is, the 2 best days when you own a boat are the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
I've always heard, never buy a boat. You want a friend with a boat. You never want to buy the boat.
Right, exactly. Exactly. 855-752-4842, 855-752-4842. If you want to weigh in, what's worse, renting or owning, Zommers?
It's tough because I think both have their places. Like, I would never want to rent an instrument, like a musical instrument. I don't want to rent someone else's trombone. I want to own a trombone or a drum set or whatever. But also and as far as a house, sure, it'd be cool to own a house someday, but right now renting works better. So, I mean, I guess I'm glad they both exist, but I think renting, it is easier to get screwed over because either the thing doesn't work or you're paying too much money
So
for
your
it.
answer is?
Rent is worse.
It's a long ways to go and a short time to get there. I'll agree. Renting is worse. That is my opinion. I'd rather own if I had a choice. But there are maybe occasions when renting is okay. But overall, renting is worse. All right. Thanks for playing that. Keep texting in the word play, PLAY, for your chance to win those free Brewer tickets. Text them on the Civic Media app, PLAY. Text them right now to win tickets for Sunday. Back with Peter Rapine, a week in review from E-Bombs World after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Todd Allball Show on the Civic Media Radio Network. 35 now, past the hour of 3 o'clock. That's right, on a TGIF. Guess who's back? Back in the U.S., back again. You know him, you love him. He's the managing editor of ebombsworld.com. He joins us live from beautiful Brooklyn, New York via StreamYard. He's back in the U.S., our friend, our ongoing contributor, Mr. Peter Rapine. Peter, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, no trouble getting back into the country.
Actually, I was going to say,
talking about today.
I'm glad to see you made it back because for those that don't know, we have a larger audience, I think, today because our friend Dan Schaefer, who has a huge following, was kind enough to come on our program with serious breaking news at the top of the show regarding the state budget. By the way, the Joint Finance Committee is scheduled now to meet at 4 o'clock. Our news team is all over that. But Dan Schaefer brings along a bunch of viewing guests on the stream and otherwise. So lots of people, Peter, that might not know you. You come to us every other week, pardon me. E-Bombs World, you can find all these headlines at E-Bombs World, EBAUMSWORLD.com, EBombsWorld.com. Now, Peter, you were we don't like to go too far into your private life, but you've been very open. You went on this big European vacation a couple of weeks ago. You went to Zurich, and obviously Customs and Border Patrol said you were worthy to come back home, and we're very happy about that.
Yeah, thankfully. They didn't look through my phone, unlike
they did not look at your
the
phone.
First story on our lineup today, which I'm glad you have not seen the photo.
I have not.
All right, so
hang on, but before, for those, again, for first-time viewers, these are not fictional. These are not made-up things. These are actual stories of actual, real, idiotic, stupid human behavior that you all at E-Bombs World curate and bring to us every other week as real headlines.
Yes, I always like to say we're funny, but we're not this funny. We truly live in a world that is stranger than fiction.
Yes.
And unlike the guy in our first story today, I was able to get back into the country.
All right.
First I'm really glad that you haven't seen this one yet, Todd, because you're going to love it.
All right, first headline.
Headline reads, Norwegian tourist allegedly denied entry into U.S. over J.D. Vance Photoshop.
Norwegian tourist allegedly denied entry into the U.S. over a J.D. Vance Photoshop.
So if you don't remember, a couple months ago, people were Photoshopping J.D. Vance into all sorts of memes. They were turning him into a baby. They were giving him long hair. They were making his cheeks nice, big, and rosy. And I should say before we get into this that the Department of Homeland Security came out and said that he wasn't denied entry into the country for the Photoshop specifically, but because he admitted to some drug use, which seems like not the type of reason you would stop someone coming into the country that wants to go on vacation.
I mean, if that was the case, Elon Musk wouldn't be able to come into the country anymore. But that's another story.
I'll describe the photo itself.
Please go ahead.
It is a photo of J.D. Vance where his face has been made to look like a baby's face. And he has the biggest, rosiest cheeks imaginable and an incredibly smooth, bald head.
I'm looking at it now. It's spooky.
And the 21-year-old tourist, whose name is Mads Milkinson, not the Mads Milkinson that everyone knows, says he was harassed and interviewed by ICE for over a couple hours. And then once they saw this meme on his phone, they put him on a flight and sent him home. And we have some audio from the Ireland Parliament talking about this issue.
This is actually the Irish Parliament talking about this very issue. All right, here we go.
Unthinkable in a Western democracy. This week, a young Norwegian tourist detained by ICE at Newark Airport and sent back to Oslo. Why? He had this meme on his phone, Minister. A meme depicting Vice President J.D. Vance as a baby. I mean, extraordinary, extraordinary. That a young person with this amusing meme on their phone depicting a public person, that this would be used as an excuse to detain him for 5 hours and then deport him back to Oslo. So, Minister, I welcome the Taoiseach's commitment to raise this serious issue with the US Ambassador. But as the line Minister for issuing visas, what can you do to reassure young people here?
I think we can probably cut it there. My favorite part is how she says, like a baby.
I know. I'm going to say, first of all, any Irish person, I could listen to them talk for hours and be entertained because I love an Irish accent.
So any travelers planning on coming to the U.S. this summer, just wipe your phone before you do.
I mean, it's one of those things, right, Peter, where it's funny, obvious, it's entertaining, but yet it's not, because here we have the U.S. government telling people they can't come into America because they have a comedic meme, a photo that's on making fun of an elected official. I mean, holy cow.
Also, the funniest part about it is everyone in Europe is now sharing that meme all over the place. It's in headlines. It's in the parliament. It's everywhere.
The video that came from, obviously our viewers couldn't, our listeners couldn't see that member of parliament. She was in the the chamber of parliament holding up this goofy meme as a part of actual legislative debate in Ireland. It's bizarre.
I know. So if you're a small Instagram account out there and you like making Photoshops, keep going. You never know when your Photoshop is going to make the news.
And not to get too serious, because I know this is usually a lighthearted bit, but did you honestly, like you run eBaum's World, did you have any consternation? Did you just sweat a little bit standing in the line at customs coming back into the U.S.?
No, not really.
That's what I love about Peter Rapine. He just doesn't give a crap.
I mean, there's if that's the barrier for entry, I'm not getting back in if they're looking at my phone. So I'm done.
I love Peter Rapine so much. All right, that was great. That was a great way to kick things off. Next headline, Peter Rapine.
All right, this one is just plainly funny. No politics involved. Couple, and this video is coming to us from India. Couple forgets to close curtains before banging, causes huge traffic jam.
A couple forgets to close the curtains before banging, causing a huge traffic jam.
And we have audio for it, but it's not the best because you can't, for one, understand what they're saying.
Right.
And two, it's just basically a lot of cars honking. But yeah, according to India Today, it resulted in a giant gathering outside of this person's apartment, blocking the street, because you can just see this couple, the silhouette of a man and a woman together in a window,
Zomers is playing it's in the Holiday Inn. It was in a Holiday Inn, apparently, and they left their windows open, and they're doing the act, we'll leave it at that, right in front of their window. And it's very clear what's happening, and people are gathered around. It's like a live show. I mean,
a good free live show.
If there's a cafe across the street, dinner and a show.
My favorite part of it is that in the video you can see there's people in the room above them in the Holiday Inn. Their curtains are open, and they're standing at the window, so they know something's going on, even though you probably can't see down.
That was magical. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Apparently, they like to be watched.
Clearly they do not care.
Was there? You just got back from Europe. Is there a more of a freedom of expression over there when it comes to that sort of thing, Peter?
Well, I was in Berlin. So yes, there is.
Really?
Yeah. Next.
The look on Peter's face is priceless. Next, he says. Next.
Yeah.
All right. Next headline.
This one it's one that we don't want to laugh at, but sometimes you can't help but laugh. Utah firefighters scolded for having a barbecue at the scene of a deadly fire.
What? Utah firefighters scolded for having a barbecue at a scene of a deadly fire. This is not look particularly entertaining, but what's going on?
So the niece of a man who sadly perished in a fire was sent a photo of a bunch of firemen parked out front of her uncle's house with a Traeger barbecue, some lawn chairs, and they were just cooking up a bunch of brats. And she felt that this was pretty insensitive, and so she went to her local news station and put the firefighters on blast. And a representative for the fire department came out and said, well, they'd been at the fire for several hours and they needed to eat. And my rebuttal to that is, couldn't they just have ordered DoorDash?
Yeah. Or like had someone, like, whether it's DoorDash or what, that Steve, I've seen the photo. I get it that I don't know if this is a paid fire department or volunteer fire department, but to set up, they have actual, like, a legit big grill right out in front of this house where someone died. Tact, not really obviously a part of this department.
No,
not good at all.
Yeah, maybe go down the street or
no, I would say very tasteless on their part. To your point, order DoorDash. It ain't that hard.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
Yeah, and out in Utah, the only problem with DoorDash in Utah, no coffee. But that's a whole that's a whole nother cup of. Anyway, go ahead, Peter. Next headline.
Musical performance ruined by one wrong soundboard hit.
Musical performance ruined by one wrong soundboard hit. Explain.
So this comes to us from the Rhode Island Center for the Performing Arts, and their caption on TikTok reads, "Our audio engineer will not be using this soundboard again." And we have audio for it, and it is way funnier than you're expecting.
All right, so set it up for us. This is from a performance. What are we listening to here?
I think it's a holiday performance, so this one might actually be a month or two old.
All right.
But in the middle of the performance, the audio engineer is supposed to play a sound effect for the performance, and he plays the wrong sound effect.
All right, here we go. The performers and singers are clearly losing their composure on the stage. That was the wrong sound effect.
Can we hear it one more time? I'm really not sure what the sound effect is supposed to be.
I'm not either. I mean, what is it? I mean, it's like a Christmas performance or something, or maybe not. I don't know. It kind of looks like that. I'm not sure.
It sounds like a...
Doink, doink, doink.
Oh, there's a fourth one. It's like bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, are those fart sounds?
I don't know if it's that or like a bouncy sound, like boink,
or
boink,
like
boink.
a gong.
Individually, it sounds pretty farty to me, but having the four rhythmically like that is very suspect.
Clearly, the wrong sound effect for what looks to be a serious part of whatever the show. I don't recognize the show, but
well, I can say, as in college, I interned at a theater and I ran the light board for their summer show, and I can tell you that this is the worst nightmare for someone managing a production.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. poor
But
person
for us.
running the soundboard, and I'm sure they will not be invited back. We're talking with Peter Rapine, managing editor of EPOM's World, his bi-weekly visit on weird, wacky things, the week in review. Less than a minute left. You want to wait to come back?
Let's wait.
Okay, all right. Can we ask Peter? Are you and the girlfriend still together?
We are.
It went well.
It went great. I'm going to Vancouver in a couple weeks.
Wow.
Going to spend the summer on the West Coast.
Some people were concerned that maybe too much time together in Europe. Well, it didn't work out, but no, it seemed to solidify things.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Particularly in Berlin. Anyway, we'll come back on the other side with Peter Rapine and the weird and wacky of human behavior. It's the Week in Review. It's the All Ball Show on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Welcome back to the Todd Ball Show on the Civic Media Radio Network. It is 8 minutes before the hour of 4 o'clock. At the top of the hour, ABC, CBS, or James Kelly News, depending upon which of our great stations you're listening to, followed by a check of weather with a great weather team. And then Mike Clemens, a great sports reporter, in with an update. The Brewers getting underway tonight. A series at home against Colorado. Text the word PLAY, P-L-A-Y, right now to the Civic Media app. You have the next 8 minutes until 4 o'clock. At the top of the hour, the computer will randomly choose an entry, and the winner will get 4 tickets for this Sunday's game against those Colorado Rockies starting at 1:10. You have to be able to go to that game. You cannot not exchange it for another one. So text the word PLAY, P-L-A-Y, right now to enter on the Civic Media app. All right, and then after that, Maggie Dawn, I believe Jim Santel is in for Maggie today. Right now, we have Peter Rapine, managing editor of ebombsworld.com, in with news of the weird, wild, and wacky real human behavior in our week in review, our bi-weekly chat with him. ebombsworld.com is where you can find all these stories. Peter Rapine, next headline.
Well, that was a great setup because this next one is a baseball story.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Not from the major leagues, but from the minor leagues. Or not even the minor leagues, the little leagues.
Oh.
Where if you've ever been to a little league game, you know sometimes parents can get a little bit too involved.
Yes.
And one umpire was not having it. So headline reads, umpire cancels little league game after parents heckle him too much.
Umpire cancels Little League game after parents heckle him too much. I don't even know what the story is, but already, based on the headline alone, I love it. Go ahead.
Well, a small aside, when I was like 13, 14, I trained to be an umpire.
Really?
And I went out and I not like an umpire, but like a first base coach or whatever it was. And I went and I did one game, and it was the worst experience of my life. And I quit.
Really?
Because my dad was like, I can't believe you signed up to that. To do that, parents are insane.
Yeah.
So I've lived this, but we have audio of it, which is going to do it more justice than I can do it. So,
all right, very good. And so this is at a Little League game. This is a Little League game, and parents getting on an ump. Here we go.
Want to know what I just told him? If you don't,
we already heard you.
I'm going to forfeit the team.
We're
So
done.
shut up
We're
when the
done.
game's
We're
over.
done. The game's over.
Okay.
Oh boy, huh? Feel better?
I feel fine. You feel okay?
I feel
You're
great.
a game for your kid. For what?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to argue balls and strikes in a little
We
league
didn't argue
game?
balls and strikes. He walked up like a man to you.
Good for that. And that the umpire, I'm going to guess he's in his mid to late 20s at most.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's this
Yeah, he
guy.
looks like he's in college.
Yeah. He's probably early 20s, maybe mid 20s. But he's out there umping a game for a Little League game, and these idiotic parents are getting on him so bad, he gives them a warning, and clearly one of them said something back, maybe it was off the audio, and he said, that's it, forfeited, done. And the parents still got on him. What the heck is wrong with people, Peter?
I mean, imagine arguing balls and strikes when your kid is like 9 years old.
Well, it's because too many of these Yahoo parents, in my opinion, think they have, the next Jacob Mizorowski, the big phenom right now for the Brewers. Everybody thinks their kid's going to end up in a professional sport and they're going to get rich. And guess what? You don't.
It's not going to happen. The likelihood that you're going to make the MLB is like zero, basically.
Yeah. So just chill out, parents. Good for
he
that
handled it
umpire.
well.
Yeah, he did hit it.
Yeah.
He didn't swear. He just laid down the law and said, that's it. I admire him. I really do. That's great. That's
and
great.
he goes like, it's a game for your kids. Like, come on.
Exactly. All right, next headline.
All right. This might be one of my favorites of the week. Beekeeper tries to get out of traffic stop by unleashing swarm of bees.
Beekeeper tries to get out of a traffic stop by unleashing a swarm of bees. All right, go ahead.
So this is probably taking a small infraction and escalating it as far as it can go, because a man in Spain who was a beekeeper and was driving around with a car full of bees got pulled over for not wearing a seatbelt and driving erratically. And instead of complying with the officers, he got out and opened his trunk, and out came, I assume, 50,000 bees.
Good gosh. So he just gets ticked off and he lets his bees go.
Yeah, but it didn't end well for him because he did get arrested, and he probably lost all of his bees. So
And
drive with your seatbelt on.
my youngest niece is in Spain right now. So
really?
she better be careful about these beekeepers over there. That's great. Do not try this at home, folks. If you're a beekeeper, don't stick your bees on the cops. All right, I got a final one here, Peter.
Yep, short and sweet. It's a sign of the times. UCLA students flex using ChatGPT during grad ceremony.
UCLA students flexes using ChatGPT during grad ceremony. Explain, Peter Rapine.
So a student graduating recently at UCLA was put on the Jumbotron, and he quickly pulled out his laptop, swiped right a couple times to his page of ChatGPT, and scrolled up and down over what appears to be an essay that he is insinuating ChatGPT wrote for him, which I assume helped him graduate and get his degree. And the crowd sadly goes nuts. And as soon as the camera operator realizes what's happening, they cut away from him. And the look on his face, the smile on his face, the things he's doing with his hands, it just puts a big black hole in my heart.
That kid.
It makes me so sad.
He was not that bright. Maybe he doesn't.
No.
Maybe he doesn't deserve the diploma after all.
Well, clearly not.
Who does that? Yeah, this is how I got through college. ChatGPT, look at me.
Well, sadly, it seems like most kids are doing that these days.
You know who doesn't? You know who doesn't use AI? Peter Rapine and his staff at
We
EPOM's World. You can find
We
all
don't.
these headlines at EPOM's World. Real writers, real journalists with real headlines. Peter, we appreciate it. Welcome back to the USA. Glad you have a great trip. Always a pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Todd.
Peter
Thanks,
Rapine,
Eric.
everybody. Talk to you soon. Many thanks to Dan Schaefer. Many thanks to Shali Pittman, Matt Flynn. We'll stay on top of what's happening at JFC. Jim Santel is next. Until next Monday, whatever you're fighting for, whatever you believe in, do not give up. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks to Zommers as well. Have a great weekend.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.